What's going on, everyone? Today I'm going to recap on the Pokemon event that I participated in. Today it was the Pokemon Challenge at ChannelFireaball Gamecenter. It was a league challenge and I ended up coming in first place. Ended up winning 18 packs as well as this reverse hollow Volkner League Challenge stamped, as well as your boy Turtonator here, gonna represent the squad. He was a late night addition to the deck. Added it maybe the night before, thinking maybe he deserves a spot in the deck. And I will definitely go into how he helped me win crucial games, multiple games actually, in during my rounds. The event was 5 rounds, ended up going 5-0 to take first place. So let's jump on to TCGO and I'll show you guys the deck list there. So let me show you guys the deck that I played at the Pokemon League Challenge. It's not a typical Reshiram Charizard deck. Most of the standard lists right now are a little bit different. These are just additions and cuts that I made based on availability of cards that I had. I forgot to buy cards last minute and I didn't want to, scramble. I actually came very late to the tournament. I was writing my deck list as the round started. But just starting from the top, I have one EV Snorlax. I know the regionals list has, which is like very popular right now, has 2, and it runs 2 Reshiram Charizards. I am running 2, so instead of an extra Snorlax, I'm only running 1. I am playing the Miltank build. I am running the Growlithe and Arcanine build just for anti-Vileplume. I'm not running any of the Stealthy Hoods, but that there was any Vileplume decks at the league challenge. I am playing one Volcanion, one Dedenne, 2 Jirachi, which is different because most lists are playing 4 now. Just right now in the area there are no Jirachis available, and I didn't buy them online, so I only have 2, so I played 2. I did pick up one of the tech that people are playing 2 Marshadows now. I do like it. Being able to let loose more than once in a game is very good. And I am running the 1 Tapu Lele in order to get your supporter cards. But the last minute addition, like I said before, was this Turtonator. Turtonator, when I played at regionals, was very impressive. One thing I was thinking last night is that I would love to have a answer to Reshiram Charizard decks. Just because it comes out of nowhere and can deal 300 damage out of nothing. And the reason my reasoning behind this was that in late game, if I don't have a Miltank out and some of my tanky tag teams like Eevee or Snorlax have a lot of damage on them, I move them to the bench, but they still have energy attached to them. That energy doesn't really serve me any purpose because I can't bring the Pokemon back out, because if I attack a Pokemon with it and knock a Pokemon out, they can come back and then just knock out my tag team. So the energy is kind of stranded on an Eevee or a Reshiram Charizard tag team. But with Turtonator, I can play it on 1 turn. If I have a Welder and 3 energy in my hand, I can use its ability and then discard some of the energy that's attached to my bigger Pokemon. And I could say 3 out of my 5 rounds ended up with Turtonator winning me the game, and I will go into detail after I go through the rest of the list. I am supposed to be playing 4 Acrobites. I only own 2. I came late to the tournament, so I couldn't buy 2 additional ones, but I have no complaints about that. The regionals list does not have any escape route, but I love escape route because it gives me more ability and flexibility with Jirachis, especially only having 2. Also, switching out Reshiram Charizard, so you can use its Flare Strike ability in case I don't have like a switch available. I am playing 3 Fiery Flints and 3 Fire Crystals, which the regionals list is playing 2 of each. I like having 3 because I love having that energy available. I am only playing 3 Nest Balls. I am playing 4 Switches, 4 Ultra Balls. And then the rest is pretty much standard with 1 Heat Factory, 3 Guzmas. I am playing 2 Kawaways, 4 Welders, and 2 Skateboards. And unlike regionals list right now, I am playing 13 energy, but like I said, I love having lots of energy available where most of the stock lists these days are only playing 12. Now let me go into details of what happened during the tournament recap real quick. The first and second rounds, my opponents lost because they were just outbenched. It's a really bad way to lose, but I do know that in the first round, my opponent just he just happened to have really bad draws and was able to find another Pokemon to put on his bench. With an easy knockout, was able to get the easy win after like 2 knockouts. My opponent in the second round, she had 3 Pokemon in the beginning. I was able to knock out all 3. I do know on her last turn she was digging a lot. She was using Heat Factory as well as a Welder, so she ended up drawing like 7 cards that turn and still couldn't find another basic Pokemon, which was very unfortunate. But my third round is where things start to get interesting. In that round, my opponent made a slight misplay by overloading his Reshiram Charizard in the mirror. He already had 5 energy on his Reshiram Charizard. He ended up weldering onto 2 more fire energy onto his Reshiram Charizard when he did have a Volcanion in play with only 1 energy attached. I think this is a misplay because in the event that this Reshiram Charizard gets knocked out, you only have 1 energy attached to your Volcanion, so you can't use the Fire Blast or the High Heat Blast. What is it called? It's the High Heat Blast for 110 because you only have 1 energy attached to it. I think it's fine to attach 2 energy to the Volcanion, so you have 3 energy already attached to it. And with another energy, you can use the High Heat Blast. By attaching 7 energy to a Reshiram Charizard, it's kind of not needed. It's kind of overkill. He wasn't attacking with the Reshiram Charizard that turn when he was attaching 7 energy to it. So it kind of puts in an awkward spot because if you do need to use the GX attack, which requires 6 energy in order to do 300 damage, you can always attach it later on. Doing it preemptively and me catching that, I was able to not only knock out that Pokemon, he was left in an awkward position that he had 1 energy attached to the Volcanion. He was able to attach 1 more, and then because he had Guzma early that turn, he wasn't able to Welder and then knock out one of my Pokemon, which was super awkward for him. But for me, I see, like I said, it was a slight misplay. If he had attached the 2 energy to his Volcanion earlier, it would have been a different story because that 60 damage would have definitely made a difference. In the 4th match, I was essentially put. Turtonator was the name of the game. He had definitely knocked out that Reshiram Charizard in the 3rd round, but in the 4th round he shined once more by me being able to Pokeball, and with a Reshiram Charizard being played, I had the ability to thin my deck out using Nest Balls and Ultra Balls to thin my deck, and then using Fire Defense to thin even more. And with a Snorlax in play with 4 energy, I had to calculate how much energy it would take for me to knock out his Reshiram Charizard, which is a total of 6 energy. With 3 energy attached to the Turtonator, I had to make sure that my Snorlax had 3 energy left on it, and I had put like 6 on it at the time, or something like that. So I ended 3, 4. Yeah, and I had 6 on it. So what I ended up doing was I had to end up attaching an escape board to the Snorlax, retreating it for my Jirachi, so it would have only 3 energy left on the EV Snorlax. And the line was I needed to Jirachi into a Welder, which there were 3 left on my deck, and then off that Welder, I would need to draw a switch in order to switch the Jirachi, because I didn't have an escape board, switch the Jirachi into my Turtonator, which then I would attack for 300 knockout and get all the prizes that I needed to win the game. After all the sequencing, I ended up retreating back to Snorlax, then Jirachiing, spinning the wheel, ended up getting the Welder, and then off the Welder, I did draw the switch, and I was able to knock out with Turtonator for the win on Reshiram Charizard. In the final match, very similar fashion though, with a Turtonator against another Reshiram Charizard, my opponent was definitely in the lead. He had the early Reshiram Charizard built up, and a Nest Ball from me, it was kind of like a all-in kind of a play. I had played a Turtonator 1 turn too early. I had played it on my bench and didn't attach any energy. I mistakenly thought I had a Welder already in my hand so I can attach energy to it, but I didn't have the Welder in my hand, which made it very awkward because if my opponent saw that I could attack with it the following turn after I retreated and Weldered it, he should have knocked out that Pokemon, especially when he had a Guzma in his hand that he told me. But because my opponent did not see that line, I ended up retreating back my Reshiram Charizard, putting in the Turtonator, playing an energy, and then weldering 2 more energy, and then with the energy left across my board, I was able to knock out his Reshiram Charizard, discarding 6 energy and taking 3 prize cards that I had left to win the game, and then end up 5-0. So through my gut and intuition, Turtonator is my boy. I give it to him. Props to him. He helped me win 3 of my 5 rounds. Very crucial, very tense, and very close games. But I definitely think that he definitely will have a home in my Reshiram Charizard deck, just because it comes out of nowhere, and being able to knock out a Reshiram Charizard tag team, and if they want to knock out my Turtonator, they can take 1 prize, but I'm taking 3, so it helps you win the prize trade. And as a basic Pokemon, I can just nest ball them if I ever need to. So let's just, without further ado, let's get into the 18 packs that I won, and let's see what we open. We're gonna open them this way so you guys can see my reaction. I'll open them with you guys. All right, let's do the card trick. All right. Porygon, Dodrio, Metapod, Geodude, Litten, Froggy. Oh, I see. It's gonna be a nice rare. If you guys can see that, Crabrawler. If you guys don't know, I'm looking in my camera right now, which is showing everything backwards, so it's actually more difficult than you think it is. It looks like a Muck and Muck, Alolan Muck. That's correct, Muck and Alolan Muck. Nice. First pack. Psychic, Porygon 2, Dodrio, Metapod, Squirtle, Tentacool, Aaron, Sandshrew, Ghastly, Inkay, and a Quagsire non-foil. Fearow, Graveler, Metal Core Barrier, Bellsprout, Ghastly, Carvana, Togepi, Esper, Seal reverse foil, and a Meowstic non-foil. Energy, Golbat, Tentacool, Pokedex, Slowpoke, Wooper, Sandile, Meowth, Rubbin, reverse foil triple acceleration energy, and a non-foil Sandslash. Molayne, Giovanni's Exile, Duskstone, Oddish, Wooper, Cottony, Venonat, Meowth, reverse foil Sandile, and Melamar. Yep. I actually don't know how if this is showing in reverse for you guys. It's my first time doing this, so we'll see. Golbat, Tentacruel, Pokegear, Togepi, Pikachu, Murkrow, Rhyhorn, Melmetal, reverse rare Stakataka, and a non-foil Persian. I mean, worst case scenario, I think if the writing is in backwards when I edit this video, I think there's an ability that I can reverse switch the view of how it looks through the video editor. So we'll see. Either way, I'll have it so you guys can actually read the cards. I just have to, from the way I'm filming it, read it backwards. Electromagnetic Radar, Frogadier, Beast Springer, Lickitung, Spearow. That's a lot of colorless Pokemon. Venonat, Jigglypuff with like some kind of thing on her head. Krabby, reverse foil Poliwag, and a Crabrawler non-foil. Mullane, Giovanni's Exile. This looks like a pack I just opened earlier. Duskstone, Geodude, Porygon, Froakie, Aaron, Seal, reverse foil Spritzy, and a foil Porygon Z. Eradicate, Lieutenant Surge, Samson, Ghastly, Togepi, Murkrow, Pikachu, Rhyhorn, Riolu reverse foil, and a Maroc non-foil. Eradicates, Lieutenant Surge. This looks very similar to the pack I just got. Oak, Seal, Gligar, Mismagius, Glameow, Growlithe, Melton, and Gengar. Power Plants, Larion, Green's Exploration, Ekans, Carvana, Litten, Clefairy, Seal, reverse foil Quagsire Rare, and a Incineroar non-foil. So far, we're about halfway through these packs, and we've only gotten a Muck and a Alolan Muck. Not the best packs, but we can't complain. Power Plants, Larion, Green's Exploration, Gligar, Mismagius. Right? Is that Mismagius? No, Mischievous, my bad. Mischievous. Can't read backwards. Glameow, Growlithe, Ghastly, reverse foil Arbok, and a Kingler again. Non-foil. Wartortle, Gloom, Haunter, Ghastly, Gligar, Spritzy, Doduo, Rhyhorn, reverse foil Rhyhorn, and a Raichu non-foil. Wartortle, Gloom, Haunter, Meltan, Spearow, Litten, Krabby, Tangela, reverse foil Porygon 2, and a Zorora non-foil. Cleffa, Happiny, Dust Island, can't read backwards, Riolu, Esper, Porygon, Darumaka, Caterpie, reverse foil Zubat, and a full art Koga's Trap. Very nice. Sticking with the poison theme with Koga's Trap and the Muck and Muck. Fearow, Graveler, Metal Core Barrier, Squirtle, Rhyhorn, Rattata, Goldeen, Diglett, Geodude, Dugong. Cleffa, Happiny, Dust Island, Cottonee, Ekans, Carvana, Litten, Clefairy, reverse foil Drowsy, and a Genesect non-foil. Last pack, guys. We'll wrap up this video. Oh. Fire Crystal, De-Evolution Spray, Togetic, Meltan, Slowpoke, Wooper, Sandile, Meowth, Wigglytuff reverse foil and a Doug Trio with wigs. Thanks guys for watching this video. If you like this video, leave a like, or if you want, you can subscribe to the channel and get the lowest notifications when the next video comes out. Till next time guys, have a good one.